Folks, new recipe out this week. Smoked shotgun shells. Oh, not this kind, they'll blow up on you, but them others are so good, it is the best thing you're ever gonna eat. What a great day to be alive it is, and we thank y'all so much for joining us. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank all of y'all on the video that come out this last week. There was a man that had lost his grandson, and there was so many of you lifted him up in prayer, because remember folks, this is just not about cooking. This is about family, and this is about friends. This is about taking care of one another. And y'all have all come together. I always tell Shan, we have the greatest fans in the world because y'all are compassionate and you have a great big heart. And that's what it's about, and we thank you so much. I'm just going to go ahead and tip my hat to all of y'all because y'all are what makes this possible, and this beautiful lady behind the camera. But what are we talking about today? Smoked shotgun shells. Go down there to the hardware store, get you some 12 gauge shells. Take all the powder and the BBs out of them, because when you smoke them like that, folks, they hot. They'll blow the grill all up. But no, you've seen these things everywhere on the internet.
Have you seen these before?
I have.
The shells?
No, I've never seen these shells, and they have so many purposes. I mean, you can use them as binoculars to see far. I mean, maybe even whistle out of them if you could. But folks, I actually have a member of my family that really doesn't like pasta. And this is a way, I guarantee you, for all the people that might be, I think you would call this PP&P, particularly pasta.
I don't know where you're going with that.
I had it, I really did.
I'm sure it was
Pasta.
really clever too.
It was. Let me think about it because I want to use it, Shan. We're going to wait just a minute.
Particularly picky pasta people? No,
Yes,
it's for
picky
pizza.
pasta people. You know something I really love about this recipe as well? There's no cooking in the first part of it. No, it's what you call assembly together. Now, what we're starting out with is a pound of 80/20 certified Angus beef and one of them 9-ounce tubes of pork chorizo sausage. What I would rather use is the chorizo sausage in the links, and you go ahead and split it, take the casing off and just put it in there. That's what I think is the best. Now, you can use a beef chorizo, but I really like pork the best because it's going to bring out so much flavor. As they said before they do any kind of surgery, time glove up it is, because folks, that chorizo, it is hard to get off of you. So get you some gloves on, and I'm really liking these orange ones because they're heavy duty and they don't tear. When I put them other ones on, they just sort of fall apart. Now, I like to go ahead and combine this meat a little. Folks, you can sort of, let me see, how would I put this? Saddle this up from here on out any way you want. Now, you can change the flavors in this. You can use a ground brisket for this that you've already got, you know. It would be so good. But I really like this mixture because it sort of stands out on its own. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put some what? Rib rub in there. It goes good on a lot of things, but it really goes good on this. Some of our original seasoning to that, about a tablespoon. And then it's just time to just throw everything in that you got. What are we talking about? Some cheddar cheese. Mozzarella. Now you can use Monterey Jack, whatever you got. Shan, she likes this because it melts the best, I think. Then to that magical fruit that we all need, jalapenos, we got to have them. There's about 3.5 here because one of them was a little one and most of them was big. Diced up really well. I went ahead and took the stem and the seeds out of there. So here we go back with some garlic cloves. Then we got a yellow onion. Now it is time to get back in there and get it all incorporated well. Now, we did this on a trial run basis because a lot of folks are using Italian sausage in it or something like that. And I wanted to see, when you're using chorizo, there's quite a bit of grease in chorizo. There is. And I was worried about it trying to come out the end of them little pasta shells. But folks, we cooked them up already. Took them down there, give them to my oldest son, who is the 3 P's pasta.
Picky pasta person.
Yes, a picky pasta person. They cleaned the platter plumb up. These boxes of pasta, and I don't know where the box went. Them things right there. They come 14 in a box. And
what are they called?
big pasta shells.
Manicotti.
Manicotti, okay. But folks, this stuff make great filling in anything you don't put it in. So let me get these out of the way and we'll go on to the assembly line. Get you one of them cookie sheets and a wire rack because folks, they're so much easier to transport, and when we get ready to cook them, we're actually going to leave them on this wire rack so we get a little more circulation under there. So find you one that'll fit on a pan there. And folks, this takes a little time, so just bear with me, but we want to make sure that we get these shells loaded. I don't want you to just think, well, I've got some meat in there and then quit. I want to see it come out the other end of it. Let me continue stuffing. This would be a good time to play music or have an advertisement, know what I mean? And folks, I'm gonna tell you a method probably that I think works better than anything when you're stuffing. Just keep mashing from that end, and you can see we don't want no blank spots in there. Just keep getting you some more till you get it full. You can go see it sticking out there on the yon end. Pull her off there a little. Now, see what we got left here? So you take the rest of what's left of that, since you don't have another box, mix that in with some scrambled eggs. Oh my gosh, I'm coming over for breakfast, I am. And folks, I told you had to do this early because when you're cooking pasta, you gotta cook that stuff first before you can ever eat it. This is why we need to do it a minimum of 4 hours ahead, but I prefer about 5.5 to 6. Get you some thick cut bacon or thin cut. I prefer the thick. And a lot of people are going to wrap them with 2 pieces of bacon. I don't think that's necessary. I do love me some bacon. Just start right here, hold your finger on it, and then just keep running it down here all the way to the end. You ain't going to get no toothpick in it. And that's what it's going to set on as it sets. Now, the reason we do this early, and just not flavor from the bacon, but when this is sitting in the icebox for 5 hours, it's going to help that moisture sort of draw to that pasta a little from that bacon and the meat on the inside, and it's going to help it get a little more tender before it even cooks. So let's get them all wrapped. We'll get them in the icebox and they can take a little nap. Well, been 4.5 hours in the refrigerator, sometimes called icebox, and a lot of you are still getting confused on what an icebox is. An icebox is the same as the refrigerator. The freezer's on top, the icebox is in the bottom. Roughneck smoker. If y'all hadn't seen it, hey, these things work so well you can control the temperature on them and the smoke as well. Firebox in the bottom, seals up airtight. It is a great thing. Let me get this open. We've got us some Fogo hardwood lump charcoal in there, 2 pieces of apple wood in there. So I'll just tell you to just take that rack. Remember, I told you to leave them on that rack. We're just going to set them right there. The only thing I can ask you is see if you can get them to where they're not touching anywhere, so we can get some of that smoke and that heat to everybody that's playing. For 1 hour, then we're going to what? We're going to open up the vents. We're going to crank it up to about 350 for about 15 minutes. They're going to be so good. I can't hardly wait. It has been a long day for me, and I am ready to eat. So I'll see y'all in about 1 hour and 5 or 10 minutes.
I'll be saved by rock and roll. You can take my money, steal my car, and sell my clothes. You can take the shoes I'm in. Go on and take everything. You can have about everything I own. Take all these things I know. Even take the telephone. I heard it said so long ago. Well, I'll be saved by rock and roll.
Done deal it is, and I'm telling you, that dog will hunt you. You ain't even got to have a gun for them shotgun shells. Them things is fitting to go off. They are. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's so popular, even the sirens is blowing, trying to lead all the peoples up here. But let's go back through this cooking process just a little. Hardwood lump, 2 pieces of apple wood, put them on there, 275 degrees. Then whatever you got to do, if you got to open that lid plumb open or you got to crack some more vents, whatever you got to do on your smoker to bring that temperature up to 350 degrees, then we're going to let them go there for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to glaze them with some of this good barbecue sauce. And I need you to leave them on there just a little longer. And remember, if you got to leave that lid open on your smoker, whatever you got to do, keep that temperature constant at 350. That way that barbecue sauce is going to set up really good. It's going to be there. It's not just going to run off. And I'll guarantee you this mud will stay on some meat. So I think they about cooled enough, Shan, don't you?
Go for it.
I've been wanting one of these. I have. And this looks like, yes, looks like a good place to start right here.
Ooh, that looks good. Okay.
Can I have another bite?
You can.
Break out the napkins because you're going to need them for this deal. I'm just going ahead and just do it right now. I'm going to do the what? The pasta twirl wrapped in a little bacon. You get that pasta going and you wrap that bacon, you go back the other way, and then you just, they just too smooth and so good, and you just, everything is good in the world. Have a good time with it. Invite the family, the friends over. Makes good tailgate recipes, good snack recipes. Like I say, they big enough you can put 2 of these on a plate with some mashed potatoes and a biscuit. You got a meal fit for a king. Burger King will show up at your house. It'll be so good. Everything we use today will be listed down there in the little links below to where you can find it, folks, because we try to make it easy. Some of you still getting lost, can't find that recipe. I hear them comments. Now, we link each recipe to the video down there below. But if you can't find that, hey, just go over there, get on KentRollins.com, hit up there to recipe tab. It'll take you plumb through all of it. Now, folks, they've been some scammers back at it, and we try to get rid of them fast as we can. We'll only comment to you from our channel. It'll have the little verified check mark by our name, and that's all that you're going to see. It'll get you there. Don't pay attention to none of them people that say, hey, send me a message. I got a prize for you. But as always, and it is with great pride and great honor, I tip my hat to all our servicemen and servicewomen and all the veterans who have kept that old flag a-flying back there. We appreciate you one and all. Don't forget to order that cookbook coming out March 28th. What's it called? Comfort Food the Cowboy Way. You can pre-order it, you can. For the rest of you, come on in here. Come in here close, because everybody's been enjoying this part of it. I'm going to give you a great big hug. My heart's nearly plumb healed up. I'll try to choke you a little. God bless you each and every one, and I'll see you down the smoked shotgun shell trail. Comfort Food the Cowboy Way. Got some of our most favorite recipes in the world, and we're going to start over again for the 17th time, okay?